Hello, and welcome to Monarch Nation News. I'm Danielle Crawford.
And I'm Nick Baker. In other news, all of you who are 18 and over can vote.
See Mr. Pilikowski in room 302 for questions, comments, or concerns.
Hey Danielle, do you like to draw?
Yeah.
Well, then you should join art club. Anyone can join. Just go to room 403 tomorrow at 3:30 to help with this year's homecoming displays.
Freshmen. Even though they're confused, disoriented, and socially inept, they still hold weight amongst us.
Freshman board will hold a mandatory informational meeting Thursday right after school or Friday right before school in the guidance office.
See Mrs. Dunbar or Mrs. Molyneux if you have any questions.
Freshmen aren't the only ones new to the school. 12 new teachers are also brand new. Let's meet some of them right now.
I'm Tyler Bucklewitz. I'm from Papillion-La. I went to school here. I teach a little bit of band, a little bit of choir. I teach the show choirs, the jazz choir, and I also participate in teaching the Monarch marching band and some of the jazz bands. I just got done at University of Nebraska-Lincoln, finishing up my music education degree. I went student taught at Bellevue East for a while, and a position opened up here, and I applied for the job, and love being here.
Sir Scott Giles. I'm an SRO here at Papillion-La High School. I'm from Omaha, 34 years old, lived in Omaha all my life. Officer Stiggy before me left, became a detective. This is something I've always wanted to do, applied for it, got the job. Be safe and have a good year.
I'm Pat Boyd. I teach geometry. I'm from here in Papillion. I actually went to high school here. I graduated in 2007, so just wanted to come back. Let's have a great year.
Wow, they don't seem nearly as confused as the freshmen do.
Speaking of Dude in the Hall.
I wasn't talking about Dude in the Hall.
Oh. Well, speaking of Dude in the Hall, Cortland Baker's got some interesting new responses to this week's question from our Monarch Nation.
What do you think the best movie was that was released this year?
It's a tie between The Avengers and The Dark Knight Rises, but I'm going to have to give it to The Dark Knight Rises because Batman.
What was the best movie released this year?
Dark Knight Rises.
What was the best movie released this year?
Dark Knight Rises.
What do you think the best movie was that was released this year?
This year,
Hunger Games. What was the best movie released this year?
Spider-Man.
The best movie was that was released this year?
Dark Knight Rises.
So Nick, what's your favorite
Top Gun.
movie? Nick?
Tom Cruise. What? Quiz Bowl.
Yeah, Quiz Bowl practice has started and will be every Thursday from 3:30 to 4:30 in room 314.
Man, I am so hungry right now.
What's making you so hungry, Nick?
I'm just thinking of the culinary club meeting tomorrow. I heard Tom Cruise is making an appearance.
No way, he's so old.
He's not old!
Calm down. Why don't you go take a breather while we learn about these other new teachers?
I'm Stacy Koziszek. I am the speech language pathologist. I grew up in Nebraska in a little town called Maywood. It's about 300 people in the city. I chose Papillion-La Vista because it is an awesome school district and the high school is just phenomenal and I love being here.
My name is Meredith LaRue. I teach 9th through 12 choir. I am originally from Quincy, Illinois. Go Monarchs.
Okay, I feel much better now.
Do you feel well enough to read the senior bulletin?
Well, I'm not a senior.
Because you really need to check on those scholarships.
I'm not a senior.
And asking your teachers for recommendations.
I'm still not a senior.
Oh. Well, when you are, you can check in with Mrs. Herbner and Mrs. Bradley.
While I'm down there, I can sign onto my Family Connections account.
What's that for?
It's where I can sign up to go on college visits.
Oh, I know about those.
Really?
Yeah, the University of Tulsa and Carnegie Mellon University and UNL and the University of Colorado at Denver and Rockhurst University are all coming to be here in the next couple of weeks.
So you know who also works in universities? Teachers. Here are our last two teacher features.
Mrs. Newton. I teach Algebra 1 with Mr. Eddie, and I teach an Epics class and a Learning Center study hall. I'm originally from Western New York. My husband transferred here for work, and we were in this area before, so we were really excited about coming back. I'm really happy to be here. I was in Papillion District like 8 years ago, and so we're just really thrilled to be in the area again. So.
I'm Megan Zimmerman. I'm one of the new science teachers. Right now I teach physical science, I teach honors in general, and also a class of physics. I'm from Hastings, Nebraska originally. I've been in Omaha for 5 years now. I transferred over from Bellevue this year.
So we don't have a funny segue into this one. This is a serious topic. So we're going to be serious here for a second.
The first PLHS Gay Straight Alliance meeting will be Tuesday in the drama room at 3:30. All are welcome. Wow, that was really difficult to be so serious.
Yeah, what was that, like 10 seconds?
Enough of that. Now to Shanzi with the sports.
A couple of weeks ago, our Monarch football team faced off against Omaha South. The offense performed spectacularly, and the defense kept them from scoring any points at all. But before we go into how great our offense was, or how destructive our defense was, let's take a look at special teams. Back to return on this play are Sean Van Briesen, Bryce Sheard, and Tyler Rice. As you can see, Rice gets the ball, shakes a few defenders, and sprints the rest of the way for a Monarch touchdown. Speaking of touchdowns, the Monarchs had plenty of them in this game. That's right, folks. Touchdowns were everywhere for the Monarchs. Mitchell Pranny with a nice catch there, and Jack Kalina getting in at quarterback with an excellent run. And as I mentioned before, Monarchs, the defense destroyed Omaha South on the night of September 7th, 2012. And on this play, Jack Kalina connects with Lucas Hosteller, who takes it at least 10 yards before getting shoved out of bounds. And it's safe to say that the leaders on this team, including Alec DeToro, Spencer Lewis, Bryce Sheard, Tyler Rice, and even Jack Kalina coming in as second-string quarterback, all played a huge part in the win. Well, that was an exciting football selection, but let's go on now to more exciting fall sports. 1 week ago today, our softball team played against Millard South. And unfortunately, the game ended in a loss for the Monarchs. But last Friday, our girls had a great game at the Papio Invite, beating Lincoln Southeast 6-2. The game was full of excitement, especially when the umpire called a dead ball after Gina Metzler hit a hard double to left field. He claimed that she stepped on home plate after hitting the ball. When his call was questioned, he said that the Monarchs could ask the other team's catcher. Go home freshman indeed. Emma Dargy is a freshman who took the go home chant to heart, and she hit a grand slam home run, scoring half of the team's points with one tremendous hit. As you can see, the players are excited, the coaches are excited, the whole school is excited. I'm surprised our cameraman Daniel Rich could handle it. And now, more exciting news from the girls' golf team. Last Monday, they got first place in the Duchenne Invite. Allie Thompson finished 10th overall, and Allie Vondra finished 11th. Boys cross country continues to run things this season. At their meet last week, all of their hard work and hours of running in the heat, rain, and snow paid off. And here we see the team trying to cool down before the big race. Two of the key leaders on the team are Mark and Mike Casper, seen here in the front. And finally, the girls' cross-country team started off the meet with a high energy and enthusiasm. They ran among the boys in the heat last week, also doing a tremendous job in representing the Monarchs. I sure hope you've been following all of our Monarch sports recently, and if you're a true Monarch fan, we'll see you tonight in maroon, cheering on our Monarch girls against the Titans.
Thanks for running that by us, Sean.
Well, anyway, that's it for Monarch Nation News.
I'm Danielle Crawford.
And I'm not wearing pants.